Hi and welcome to my next review. This time we will be reviewing the AMX 5120. The AMX 5120 used to be a good tank, but it's got nerfed a lot, like 3 times. In the past this was a great tank, but now it's not that good. You have to be a really good player to master this tank and do actually some damage in it. Uh, a battle always will end up like 2 different ways for me, or I will die immediately and do no damage and do no shit for the team, or I will totally kick ass and kill everyone nearly on my own and achieve like 1500 XP, but mostly I'll die immediately. But I've got some pretty good strategies for you for this tank. My first thoughts about this is that this tank is a big early magnet. I've had people in the chat just like shit saying to me like, oh, I see a name. If I see that AMX 5120, I'm gonna kill him immediately. And it's just very stupid. So I'll help and I'll say what you might want to use here. Um, But more about the strategy is that this tank has 2 different ways to play. Mostly you want to be behind your team because the cannon here has really good sniping, and it has a high penetration. So this is absolutely very good for sniping. Like if an enemy tank wants to move between 2 houses and there is a little spot open, and he must like drive like 10 seconds to the other house, you can do pretty good damage because it has an autoloader and it reloads very fast between the shells, and you can do some damage between them. And you also want to try to shoot between your team and try to try to help your team. But and also, if the other strategy then is that if your team is pretty good doing and there is only like 5 enemies left and you have like 10 friendly tanks, you might want to use like a 1 versus 1 battle. Like every 1800 minus HP, if you hit all those shells, you can finish them off. Because with the upgraded gun though, I don't know about the 100 millimeters. This is the 120. Um, and also what I want to tell us that the reload time between the shells is 3 seconds, and if you shot all your 3 shells, you have to do a 35 seconds reload time. So that's why I say like stay behind your friendlies. Don't be a hero in this tank, absolutely not even if you have an autoloader. That's why I hate bad chat driver, because they use it as a scout, and I always say like, oh no, we wasted a tier 10 scout. Bad chat has a really good it has a pretty good sniping also, but not that good, but it's still very good, 0.38. And it has 2 different guns. Some people use the 100 because it has 6 shots instead of 4, but I like this one because it does a massive damage. Of course it's average for tier 9, but still, if you do that and you times it by 4, you do 1600 damage, and that's so pretty good damage. But after that you have to reload 35 seconds, so that's the stupid part. So what I want to say about this, oh yeah, if you have to, like, an enemy is rushing to you, what's the best thing you want? I mean, an enemy is peeking. What you have to do is waste your first shell on tracking him, try to track him, and if he is stupid enough to not use a repair kit, you can do the rest of your 3 shots, you can do 1200 damage to him, and then you just back up and you try to reload behind the house or push or what you want to use to reload. And then more about this is the speed of this tank. These French tanks are really common for their speed. but you will never reach that speed unless you're playing Himmelsdorf or any map with a big hill on it. Mostly it will go like around 40. That's even slower than the Russians. Um, so if you want to reach that speed, try to, yeah, like in Himmelsdorf, try to climb up the hill and then go behind it, and you will actually keep that speed. You will not lose any speed unless you're turning or go back up or stopping. But you will never really reach 40. And that's actually pretty funny because in the beginning of the battle you're always faster than your team, even sometimes faster than medium tanks. Um, but more about this is that for me it feels also like a medium tank, not really like a heavy tank, but I like playing mediums also, and that's why I like this tank. I used to like it though. So what you want to use here is plus 20% to movement and turret rotation, like I say, on the end of the battle, and you want to 1 versus 1, an enemy tank. You can use this because you try to flank him, although it has a good penetration. Always try to flank so you can hit them in the sides where it's weaker armor, and then plus 24% repair speed because it's a big RD magnet, so also the large spall liner there. Unchanced gun laying drive, you will zoom in 10% faster, so that can become handy also. And maybe coded optics, because in the beginning of the battle, like the first 30 seconds, you're faster than the team, and you might want to spot some tanks with artillery to do their first shots. And camouflage net, of course, because after that 30 seconds you want to move back up and try to let your team do the work, and you just help them by sniping off some people. You will see it in the gameplay later. And this is like the best the setup for your ammunition is really this is pretty good. Like 32 AP shells. Mostly you're shooting AP unless you're playing Clan Wars, and also 4 gold shells in case of emergency, and 4 HE shells. You'll never know. I never use those HE shells though. And skills, anti-fusion of course, so you can switch between your shells very fast. Adrenaline Rush is really handy, so you can reload 10% faster, so you will save 3.5 seconds there, and it can cost your life, those 3.5 seconds. Snapshot, of course, like I say, it's for me it feels more like a medium tank. Armor, so you can keep up your accuracy of the gun. Not really that. This maybe you can use those extra critical hits because you shoot 4 shells fast after each other. Controlled impact. This tank is pretty light for a tier 9, and like only 60 ton like you see. That's why controlled impact can become handy. You can ram medium and light tanks, but tank destroyers and other heavy tanks can mostly do more damage to you than you do to them. Clutch braking and smooth rides, of course, and off-road driving also maybe, because you will lose some of your speed in rough terrain, and maybe you can keep up your speed and maybe try to even reach that 65 on flat ground with this perk. I don't know, I haven't researched it yet. Oops, wrong crew. Personal file. The only thing I recommend to you here is the extended view range and Call of the not this crew, maybe extended signal range, but that's the one that. More about that I will say in battle, so see you soon. Hi and welcome to the gameplay itself. Like, I want to tell you a little bit more about this tank before I actually jump into the gameplay itself, and try to comment about the gameplay is that the armor. These tanks are also very common for their armor. They only have 100 millimeters, but they have actually 180 millimeters effective armor, because they are sloped in a very good way.
Time
It
for
feels
some
like
fisting.
it has like the sloping of an IS-7. And because like, well, wait, what you can see here is like it has basically just like the same about the i7, and also what you'll see later is that it has a pretty good gun depression, but it has a,
Get
I don't really
some.
know the word in English for it, because like here, if you try to move your turret up, you can't really move your turret very up. I call it gun elevation for now, but I don't really know the word for it, so you know what I mean with it. Um, but the gun elevation is horrible on this tank. And also the sides are very vulnerable also.
Let's rock.
And this tank is like basically like the sides are like, hit me here, I want to be hitted, because the sides are so big, and the turret is like the half of the tank big. And the AMX 50P is even more worse, because the turret is only 100 millimeters and the hull is 170 millimeters and sloped on a very good way. But the gun not, and everyone shoots you in the gun. Sorry for my bad English. So here I'm sniping, like you see here I'm sniping. But my team is went the other side, so I'm basically alone here.
Come get some.
And oh, and here we have the Tiger 2, I think. What is it? Tiger 2, yes. And I tried to
My
tracking,
bitch
but I
now.
missed.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
You see how I nearly completely owned the Tiger 2 by myself. Here I tracked him.
Who's
And boom!
next?
I got him like in one, and this is one of the funny things. And like you see here, somebody actually bounced on me because of the good sloping. I think it's another tier 8. Mostly of tier 8 plus can you penetrate if you're not sloped yet. It's the reloading, like you see here, takes a lot of time. 35 seconds. And that's why I say, like, don't be a hero, don't rush, even though you have autoloaders. Don't drive like those Pacha drivers.
You want fries?
And oh shit!
Oh,
Oops,
looks like
sorry
you're
for the
falling
theater lag.
apart.
That's just some lag from the theater mode itself. But I did 2 shots on this IS-8 because he tried to peek on me. And he still tries to peek on me lately. I don't really know the word in English, sorry. But I'm running now because I want my team to help, and I'm like completely alone here. And you see here that the gun elevation is not good. And I missed the last shot. And for some reason the IS-8 didn't shoot me. And I was like surprised. I thought I was dead here. And here I tried to stay. Oh no, I didn't. And here I noticed that my gun nearly reloaded, and I'm like, let's fight the IS-8 again. Boom, one shot here, and there comes the second, and I finished him off. And no in my team actually, so instead M6A2E1 finally comes to help me, but I already finished him off. And here is also the battle where the artist said to me, like, if I see that AMX I will kill him, but for some reason the actually shed is disabled. I don't know how to enable it. Oh yeah, also some little tip is also, if you press C, you can reload even if you have 2 shells remaining in your cartridges. But we didn't win this one, but it was still pretty good gameplay of it. I think I'm going to die here. and I have some theater lag. So
Come
this is
get
not
some.
because I'm using bad recording software, but I'm just lagging because of the theater mode. I think that is nearly all of them what I know about how to use the French
Like
tanks.
stink on shit. Rest in pieces.
KV4 got owned. KV4 I mean, not KV4. And always try to reload if you have time. Same goes like if you're playing Call of Duty or Battlefield, always reload if you have time. So now I have time, so that's why I'm reloading. Even though if I only shot like one shot, I try to reload if I have time. But I think I died here because they had 3 tank destroyers camping in their base. We are the only one left, but we still did a pretty good job of it. And I think I got 1000 HP XP of it and lost, so it's still pretty good gameplay. And I think I'm going to review the how that's called, the Black Prince.
Let's rock.
As the next tank, or the T-52. It depends when I have the best gun of it, because I still have to have like 7000 XP to have the top gun of the Black Prince. Till now I actually like these British tanks. They're even better than they were in the test. And I actually had to shoot him. Here we have.
Let the prices roll. Lucky shot.
And I've got finished off by artillery, of course. So pretty good gameplay. So, and I'll be right back into the garage again. So here we go, back into the garage. Demonstration rules, and you can choose a tank for my garage. Now, some of the tanks are already reviewed, like the M4, the M6, the T-82. I'm not gonna review the tank because I'm just using that because I'm platooning with some friends of the school, and they have like only lower tier vehicles. That's why I bought the T-82 in the past. The T-110 E3 is not reviewed yet, and the Black Prince I think I'm gonna review it next week, or the T-52, one of the two. It depends on what's the best gameplay of it. The VK2, I just had this tank, so I don't really know how to use this tank properly. The E100 is already reviewed, AMX 3090 also, the T62 is not reviewed yet, you can choose that one also. KV2 is reviewed, I7 is reviewed, and the Object 261 is not reviewed yet. So here we go. This was the review of the AMX 5120, the tier 9 heavy tank of the French, and I'm Valhalla and I'm out. I'll do the next review if I have the 50B. Bye.